Hello, and welcome to Election Night 2024 between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. Let's see our initial poll closings. Here we have it, and a projection to make. As you can see, the state of Vermont will go to Kamala Harris, 3 electoral votes. No surprise there, of course. Very solid blue state, along with Indiana, a solid red state for former President Donald Trump in his quest to reclaim the White House. And Kentucky, another solid red state going to Donald Trump. That would be another 8 electoral votes for the former president. Here's another key race alert. Let's see what it is, as there are a number of swing states up tonight. Georgia, 2% in. It is actually too early to call, not too close to call. Donald Trump holds the initial early lead, and in South Carolina, which should be a solid red state, is too early to call with 5% in. It is unexpectedly close. It's pretty similar in Virginia. Another state too early to call, Virginia, which went by a large margin to Joe Biden, is now too early to call. And here the electoral map update. Let's see what it has in the race to 270. Kamala Harris only has 3 electoral votes, Donald Trump's 19. No big surprises here, but we have our next poll closings in North Carolina, Ohio, and West Virginia. Let's see what these states bring. And a key projection here to make, let's see what it is. State of South Carolina will go to Donald Trump, and West Virginia also will go to Donald Trump. No surprises here, certainly. Very solid red states, as you can see. Another key race alert. Let's see what it is. It could be very interesting, so let's keep watching. North Carolina is too early to call, much like many other states on this list. It is only 4% in, along with Ohio, just 6% in. Kamala Harris holds her early lead in Ohio by 13%. Georgia remains too early to call, with Donald Trump's lead shrinking with 7% of the vote in. Virginia, the vote share increases, and Donald Trump's lead dwindles as Kamala Harris is catching up to him. The electoral map is up here again. Let's see what has changed. Kamala Harris still has 3 electoral votes, while Donald Trump has increased his number to 32 overall. Here is our next batch of poll closings in a far bigger number of states, as you can see at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Notable swing states like New Hampshire have their polls closed, Florida, as well as Pennsylvania. These states will be key for any party to win the White House tonight. And at 8:30 p.m. as well, we also have Arkansas, the only state there that will have its poll closed. And you have a projection here to make in the race to 270. Here we have it, everyone. Connecticut will go to Kamala Harris. No surprise here, actually. Not a surprise, as Connecticut has been a Democratic state for so long. Delaware, home of President Joe Biden, 3 electoral votes to Kamala Harris. The District of Columbia, or also known as Washington, D.C., 3 electoral votes to Kamala Harris, the most Democratic state in the nation. Illinois, home of former President Barack Obama, goes to Kamala Harris, along with Maryland going to Kamala Harris. And we can also project that Massachusetts and its 11 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris in this evening. Rhode Island's 3 electoral votes will be going to the vice president in a request to claim 270 electoral votes. But for Donald Trump, 8 electoral votes from Alabama that will go to his already increasing number, along with Mississippi, a solid red state in the South. No surprise, of course. And Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes going to Donald Trump. This is in the upper South, of course, but again, no surprise, as we have a key race alert right now. Let's see what it is. You can project that Florida is too early to call, with only 9% in, along with Maine, 5% in. Donald Trump holds the initial lead in Maine, with only 4 electoral votes. In Missouri, 1% in, of course, making it too early to call. Kamala Harris holds the initial lead in this state. And New Hampshire, 6% in, another state labeled as too early to call. Donald Trump holds the initial lead as well. In New Jersey, 1% in, it is tied 49-49. And Pennsylvania, 4% in, Donald Trump holds a 19% lead over Kamala Harris. Tennessee, another state with very little in, Donald Trump, of course, holds a large lead. And in Arkansas, again, Donald Trump holds another large lead. We expect that to remain throughout the night. In North Carolina, Donald Trump has taken the lead with 13% in by 5%. And Ohio, Kamala Harris remains in the lead by a mere 2%, with 23% of the vote reporting. In Georgia, 18% of the vote is in, and Donald Trump holds a 24% lead. In Virginia, more has come in, and Donald Trump's lead has shrunk to about 13%. Of course, not a small margin. And here with the electoral map, Let's see what has changed. Of course, much has. As you can see, Kamala Harris has taken the lead over Donald Trump by a mere 6 electoral votes, 59 to 53. In our next batch of poll closings at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, key states like Arizona and Michigan, alongside Texas, another state that could be unexpectedly close tonight, but we'll have to see, and Wisconsin. We have a projection to make here in the race to 270 in election night 2024. New Jersey will go to Kamala Harris. No shocker here. New Jersey is a very Democratic state. New York as well, 27 electoral votes, one of the biggest states in the union, taking 4th place behind Florida. Missouri, 10 electoral votes, a state that was once a swing state but has since shifted red. Along with Tennessee, 11 electoral votes. No surprise here, of course. Donald Trump wins. Arkansas, home of former President Bill Clinton, since has shifted far to the right, along with Louisiana, 8 electoral votes to Donald Trump. North Dakota, 3 electoral votes for Donald Trump. He's the projected winner. No surprise, of course. In Wyoming, Donald Trump has gotten 3 electoral votes from one of the reddest states in the entire United States. We have a key race alert here. Let's see what it is in the race to 270. Arizona is at too early to call with 7% in. Donald Trump holds initial 10% lead. Colorado is also too early to call. Kamala Harris holds the initial lead now. We expect that to shrink. And in Kansas, only 4% in. Donald Trump holds the initial lead of 13% over Kamala Harris. Michigan, 10% in as Kamala Harris holds a surprising 17% lead. In Minnesota, it is only 1% separating the two. Kamala Harris at 48 and Donald Trump at 47. Nebraska is at too early to call, not tied. And New Mexico, too early to call, 6%, 5% separating the two. We expect this to change, of course. South Dakota, only 1% in, and Donald Trump has a surprisingly small 7% victory. Texas, Donald Trump has a 7% lead, bigger than his margin of victory in 2020, though we expect this to change. Wisconsin, 8% in, Kamala Harris holds the lead over Donald Trump by 7%. Florida, Kamala Harris has taken a lead of 4% with 23% of the vote reporting. In Maine, 4 electoral votes, Kamala Harris has taken a 9% lead, very similar to Joe Biden's margin of victory in the state. New Hampshire, Donald Trump is at 14% over Kamala Harris. It's a pretty large margin for a swing state. And in Pennsylvania, 12% separates the two. Remember, Pennsylvania was shifting to Donald Trump, but of course, Joe Biden won it in the end back in the 2020 election. North Carolina, Donald Trump is in the lead, along with Ohio, a lead of 8% with 42% of the vote reporting. Donald Trump is in the lead. Georgia, 26% reporting. Donald Trump's lead has gotten to 57%. In Virginia, Kamala Harris has taken the lead by 3% with only 34% of the vote reporting. An electoral map update, of course, much has changed. As you can see here up on screen, Kamala Harris at 100 electoral votes, and Donald Trump is only at 94. He is currently losing to Kamala Harris. And here are 10 p.m. poll closing times out of Iowa, Montana, Nevada, and Utah. We have a projection to make, as does come with the poll closings. Colorado and its 10 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris. It went by a safe margin to Joe Biden back in 2020. Virginia, Kamala Harris, 13 electoral votes. She is the projected winner. Kansas, 6 electoral votes. Donald Trump is the projected winner. Not a big surprise here in the Plains state. And Nebraska, another 5 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Another state in the Plains that is very Republican. South Dakota, similar to Kansas and Nebraska, 3 electoral votes to Donald Trump. And Montana, 4 electoral votes for Donald Trump. They gained a congressional district, surprisingly, in the 2020 census. Here I have a key race alert. Let's see what it is and what it adds to the already close race to the White House. Iowa is too early to call with 4% in. Kamala Harris has 49% to Donald Trump's 48%. Nevada, Kamala Harris holds an initial lead of 7%. Utah, it is too early to call, and Kamala Harris holds a surprising lead over Donald Trump, though we expect this to change. Arizona remains too early to call with 33% of the vote in. Donald Trump holds a large lead. Michigan, too early to call as well, 29% in, as Kamala Harris holds an initial 17% lead. Minnesota, Donald Trump holds a 5% lead with only 40% in. We expect this to change. New Mexico, Kamala Harris has a lead of 4% over Donald Trump. In Texas, Kamala Harris has surprisingly taken the lead with 46% of the vote in. We'll see if this holds later into the evening. And Wisconsin, 34% in. Kamala Harris has a lead of 3%. In Florida, 54% in. Donald Trump is taking the lead with 2% over Kamala Harris. In Maine, it is still too early to call with 32% of the vote in. Kamala Harris holds a 9% lead. In New Hampshire, 46% to 52% with Donald Trump leading. Pennsylvania, 45 to 53, still too early to call with Donald Trump in the lead. North Carolina is a 5% difference for the two candidates, still labeled too early to call. Ohio, 62% of the vote in, 9% separates the two candidates with Donald Trump winning. Georgia, Donald Trump's lead has continued to shrink down to 11% now. Here is the electoral map. As you can see, Donald Trump has won a few more states, and Kamala Harris still holds a lead of 13 electoral votes over him, and Donald Trump only has 111. We have poll closings in the West Coast and California, Kamala Harris's home state. Of course, we have a projection to make. Let's see what it is. Maine's 4 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris. A surprise here. While Maine's first and at-large districts are solidly Democratic, the second is not, so surprised she won that. California, 55 electoral votes to Kamala Harris, her home state. Hawaii, 4 electoral votes to Kamala Harris. And Oregon, 8 electoral votes to Kamala Harris. No surprise here, of course, a solid blue state. Washington, 12 electoral votes going to Kamala Harris. A decent win for her. Definitely very key for her campaign. As Idaho, a solid red state, goes to Donald Trump. Of course, no surprise, the only red state on the West Coast. And Utah, 6 electoral votes go to Donald Trump. That's combined 10 between Utah and Idaho. Ohio goes to Donald Trump, 17 electoral votes, cementing its shift to the right. Here I have a key race alert here, folks. Let's see what it is and what it adds to the race to the White House. Iowa remains too early to call, with Donald Trump taking a lead of 7% over Kamala Harris. Only 38% of the vote is in. Even less of the vote is in Nevada, 36%. Kamala Harris holds the initial lead. In Arizona, with 12 electoral votes, 49% of the vote is in. Donald Trump is leading. And in Michigan, the race has tightened up with 57% of the vote in. Kamala Harris leads. And in Minnesota, Kamala Harris has taken the lead with 4% as 61% of the vote is in. In New Mexico, Kamala Harris has also taken the lead in that state with 6% over Donald Trump. In Texas, Kamala Harris has lost the lead. It is still too early to call, though, with a substantial chunk of the vote not in yet. Wisconsin is tied, 51% of the vote in, 10 electoral votes. Florida, 75% of the vote is in. They count the votes quickly there. 4% for Donald Trump so far. New Hampshire, 68% of the vote in. Donald Trump holds a 3% lead over Kamala Harris. In Pennsylvania, 63% of the vote in. 4% of the vote separates the two, Donald Trump leading. North Carolina, 3% of the vote separates Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. It is too close to call. Georgia is still too early to call. Donald Trump leads again but his lead is still shrinking. Here I have the electoral vote up. As you see, though, there are going to be a few key differences there. The West Coast is filled in, and Donald Trump has won Ohio. Kamala Harris still holds a lead. Here I have Alaska, the only state that has its poll closes at 1 a.m. You have a projection to make here, of course. Let's see what it is. Minnesota's 9 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris. Not a big surprise as it has not gone to the Republican Party for a very long time. In Mexico, 5 electoral votes for Kamala Harris. Last time it went Republican was in 2004. Texas, 41 electoral votes for Donald Trump. Even shifting demographics cannot help Kamala Harris. Alaska, no surprise here, 3 electoral votes for Donald Trump. We have a key race alert. Let's see what it is and what it adds to the already contentious race to the White House. Iowa is too early to call. 45% in for Kamala Harris and 53% for Donald Trump. 8% of course separates the two with Donald Trump in the lead. Nevada, 61% in, 49% for Kamala Harris and 48% for Donald Trump. Unexpectedly close. 72% of the vote share is in Arizona. 12 electoral votes, of course. Kamala Harris has 47% of the vote and Donald Trump has 51%, leading right now by 4%, but we'll see if this changes later on in the evening. Michigan, 78% of the vote is in. Kamala Harris leads by 2% with 50% to Donald Trump's 48%. Wisconsin, 73% of the vote is in. Kamala Harris holds a 1% lead over Donald Trump. In Florida, 75% in is too close to call. 4% separates the two candidates with Donald Trump in the lead. In New Hampshire, 89% of the vote in. More and more pours in, of course, with Kamala Harris in the lead. In Pennsylvania, too close to call, 80% of the vote in. It is 48-50 for Donald Trump. In North Carolina, it is 93% of the vote in, 48-51 for Donald Trump. And in Georgia, 74% of the vote in. Donald Trump leads as he does in several other states. We'll see the electoral map now as Donald Trump is in a decently good position. Even though he's behind Kamala Harris in electoral votes, he's leading in most of the swing states and is in striking distance of Kamala Harris and all the other ones. As you can see here, we have a projection to make. Let us see what it is. New Hampshire will go to Kamala Harris. This is a hold for the Democrats from 2020. In Iowa, this is a hold for the Republicans from 2020. 6 electoral votes go to Donald Trump. He's a projected winner. Another hold for the Republican Party. North Carolina, 16 electoral votes for Donald Trump. We have a key race alert here. Let's see what it is. Nevada is still too close to call. 84% in. It is tied between the two candidates. 49-49. Arizona, too close to call, 87% of the vote in. Donald Trump leads by 2%, as you can see. And in Michigan, 92% of the vote in. Kamala Harris leads there. Surprisingly not in Nevada. And in Wisconsin, 89% of the vote is in, and it's still tied here. Florida, another 93% in, 47-50 for Donald Trump. It appears he may win this state yet again. In Pennsylvania, 94% of the vote in, it is tied as well. It is very close in the Rust Belt. But in Georgia, with 90% of the vote reporting, Donald Trump has a narrow 1% lead. Let's see what has changed in the electoral map. And, of course, it is not much, as many states are still uncalled, but Donald Trump is closing in on Kamala Harris. Here we have a projection to make. Let's see what it is. Michigan, in its 15 electoral votes, will go to Kamala Harris. A slimmer of light in the darkening Rust Belt. Kamala Harris has held on to the state of Michigan, a hold from 2020. Florida, though, Republican hold from 2020 at 31 electoral votes going to Donald Trump. This is a big loss for the Democratic Party. We have a key race alert here. Let's see what it is. Nevada, Donald Trump has taken the lead with 96% of the vote reporting. It's only 1%. We'll see if this changes. Kamala Harris has held on just barely with 1% in Arizona. In Wisconsin, Donald Trump has taken a 1% lead. Only 94% of the vote in. We'll see if that changes as well. And almost all the vote is in Pennsylvania, and Donald Trump has a narrow lead. He may be able to win this if he wins the key states in the Rust Belt and in the Sun Belt, like Georgia, as you can see here. It is tied with only 98% of the vote in. Very, very close. Let's check out the electoral map. And as you can see on your screen right now, Donald Trump is only 3 electoral votes away from Kamala Harris. If he wins in the states that he's leading in, he could clinch the presidency and reclaim the White House for the first time that a president has had non-consecutive terms since Grover Cleveland. Here we have a projection. Let's see what it is. Georgia, 16 electoral votes will go to Kamala Harris. This may be what leads to her taking the White House and holding on for it for the Democratic Party. It's a big, big win for her, as changing demographics and voter turnout operations have won this state for Kamala Harris. But very bad news for the Democratic Party. Nevada's 6 electoral votes will be won by Donald Trump. A very big shock. Michigan going to the Democrats, Georgia going for the Democrats, but Nevada, of all places, going for the Republican Party. It's not as big as a surprise. Of course, Michigan voted to the left of Nevada in 2020. Kamala Harris was not able to hold on, even with her regional proximity from California. And here you can see in Arizona, Kamala Harris may be doing better in the Sun Belt, save for Nevada, of course. She leads by 1% with 98% of the vote reporting in Arizona. Wisconsin remains too close to call, 97% of the vote in. Donald Trump holds a 2% lead. We'll see if Kamala Harris can take back the state and hold on to it for the Democratic Party. Pennsylvania, nearly all the votes are in, and Donald Trump holds a lead, but it's going to be very close. I'll check the electoral map yet again. In the race to 270, Kamala Harris has inched closer to the presidency, and Donald Trump is not too far behind her. You have a key projection to make here. Let's see what it is, folks. This is already contentious enough. But Arizona has gone to Kamala Harris. A huge shock here. Much like Georgia, turnout operations and changing demographics have won this state for the Democrats. This may be what clinches her the presidency. But very unfortunate news here, for the Democratic Party, of course. Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes, a flip from 2020. And if Donald Trump wins Pennsylvania, he may get the presidency. We have a key race alert here. Let's see if it will decide who will claim the White House in this race. Pennsylvania with 99% in is a statistical tie. The state that will decide the election is very, very close. Let's check the electoral map to see what has changed. Of course, we all know plenty has. It is 267 to 252. If Kamala Harris wins, she will win by a decent margin. Of course, not Biden level, 2020 level. But if Donald Trump wins, it'll be possibly the closest election since the year 2000, when Florida was decided by 537 votes. Of course, it may not be the vote count that matters, but the electoral count, as Donald Trump would only have 4 electoral votes over Kamala Harris. Again, this map is key, as it all comes down to the state of Pennsylvania. Here we have a projection to make. Let's see if it's a sign that all campaigns have been waiting for. As the country holds its breath, Pennsylvania has gone to Donald Trump. 19 electoral votes. This clinches him the presidency. He'll be the first president, of course, to have non-consecutive terms. And of course, we make it official, 271 electoral votes for Donald Trump. That is over the magic number of 270, just barely by 1 electoral vote. Donald Trump has won. And we go back to the electoral map to see of course, this is devastating for the Democrats, but very good news for the Republican Party. To analyze this map quickly, Kamala Harris won in key states like Georgia and Arizona and Michigan, all holds from 2020, yet lost in key states like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. Any one of those states would have won her the presidency, but unfortunately, none of them went to her, leading to her defeat. This is quite big, as Donald Trump is the first president to have non-consecutive terms since Grover Cleveland, as we have mentioned before. Okay, thank you all for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I did not make these graphics. As you can tell, they're way better than my usual. The person who made them requested not to have their name mentioned, but I'd like to thank them because you know who you are. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and click the subscribe button and hit the bell if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below telling me your prediction for the scenario. It's a very interesting one. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.